I want a child of my own too. In a sarcastic tone, my husband Alex says. I finally couldn't take it anymore and spoke up. What? What are you talking about? Isn't he right here? Until now, I've been harshly criticized by my husband Alex for our difficulty in having children. Even now, he's holding my sister's baby in front of me, as if to make a spectacle. What? Alex's mouth falls open in surprise. Despite all the evidence, he can't possibly be planning to play dumb. I won't let him. I'll make sure you all are the ones who are brought down to hell. My name is Natalie. I'm a 25-year-old homemaker. All right, it's done. I was preparing dinner in the kitchen. When I opened the large pot, the refined scent wafted through the air. I tasted the soup I scooped from the pot. The sweetness is okay, the meat is tender, all right, it's exactly to his taste. Just as I was satisfied and sighed. I'm home. My husband Alex returned. I went to the entrance to greet him. Welcome back. It's your favorite soup today. As I took Alex's bag at the entrance and was about to head back to the room. Hey. Alex grabbed my shoulder. I felt a piercing gaze on my back. How was it? Today was the day, right? I gasped at his words. My heart pounded, and I felt dizzy. Answer me. I swallowed hard and opened my mouth. What? I mustered the courage to speak. It didn't work out. This month too, we didn't get a baby. I clenched my hands tightly. Seeing this, Alex sighed deeply. Again? Why can't we have a child? Making soup as if to appease me, how contrived. I'm sorry, but don't make excuses. All my friends had kids right after getting married. Thinking of names, buying baby clothes, they all seem so happy. I want children too. But we've only been married for 3 months, we don't have to rush. Damn. Alex stared at my face. Then, as if struck by a thought, he snorted through his nose. You're infertile as a woman, aren't you? Maybe you should go see a gynecologist. Alex snatched the bag from me and went to his own room. I covered my face with both hands. I too want a child. To bear a new life and feel its preciousness. To be moved by every little milestone in my child's growth. But maybe I'm not worthy of that. My parents disappeared before I was even fully aware. They vanished, leaving us behind. Left behind were me and my twin sister. We grew up without knowing parental love. Can someone like me become a proper parent? That's always been my worry. But I can't give up. If my desire for a child is genuine, surely, someday, God will grant me this wish. I'll hold on to that belief and wait for the time to come. Besides, next month is our much-awaited wedding ceremony. Since it's a bit late, my expectations are even higher. All right. Smile, smile. I went to call Alex for dinner. Today is Alex's birthday. I've decorated a cake and prepared a present. As I waited for Alex's return, the doorbell rang. It's rare for him to ring the bell. I hurried to open the door. There stood a woman. She had the beauty and style of a movie star. She casually brushed her glossy black hair off her shoulders. Hi, Natalie. It was my twin sister, Hannah. We are fraternal twins. Seeing my sister's face, which looks nothing like mine, I was taken aback. Hannah. What are you doing here? I just came to hang out. But, today is Alex's birthday, right? I wanted to celebrate just the two of us. Didn't I text you? Realizing her mistake, Hannah apologized. Sorry. I forgot. I just wanted to see you so much. I've been lonely since you got married. Since I got married, Hannah has been visiting our house unexpectedly almost every week, no, every 3 days. Because of this, Alex and I haven't had much time alone recently, and we haven't been able to have a proper conversation. But when I hear Hannah say she's lonely, I find myself unable to say anything. After all, we're the only family we have. Hey, sis. I'm giving you this bag. I haven't been using it much lately. I opened the paper bag my sister gave me. Wow. This is from a famous brand. It's okay. I usually give them to my friends. This time it's for you. Take it and go out to dinner with your friends. Oh, right. You don't really have friends like I do. By the way, look at this. The party we had the other day. Hannah showed me a photo. In it, Hannah and over 100 of her friends were elegantly enjoying a dinner party. I chuckled. Hannah, you're such a social butterfly. You're the complete opposite of me, and that's really amazing. You're successful in your career. You have money, and you have a boyfriend, right? Well, of course, this is just the norm for me. Hannah said with a boastful smile. I gave a wry smile at her demeanor. What? Then Hannah froze as she looked at the table. She burst into laughter, holding her stomach. Wait, did you actually make this cake yourself? Yes. Is that weird? Everyone knows that people prefer store-bought cakes. You're doing thankless work, sis. It's really sad. Hannah leaned in to look at my face and smiled. Well, that's what makes you adorable, I guess. Hannah smiled sweetly. Then, her expression suddenly changed as her eyes sparkled with excitement. That's right. I actually have some news to share. I'm home. Alex returned from work. We stopped our conversation to greet today's star. As I was cutting the cake, Alex and Hannah started getting excited about something they saw on TV. This is so pitiful. Despite being an actress, she couldn't have children after she got married, and by the time she finally did, she was 40. How miserable. Seriously. The two of them seemed to get along well, often gossiping about celebrities. They looked like a real couple. Look, baby pictures. My heart skipped a beat at those words. Children are a symbol of happiness. I believe that giving birth is a woman's mission. A woman who can't have children isn't really a woman. I get it. I really click with you, Hannah. We really do get along, don't we? I silently served the cake. Right, Natalie? Alex teased me. Hannah suddenly covered her mouth in shock. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean you. I was talking about someone else. At that moment, Hannah looked at me and smirked slyly. It was an expression I had never seen on her before. I sensed a definite malice in it. The reason my sister comes to visit. It's because she's lonely without her sister. That's why I couldn't refuse her. But, is that really true? After the party ended and Hannah left, I received a message on my phone. I'm actually pregnant. Remember I said I had news? Of course, we're planning to get married. Sorry for finding happiness before you. A family member becoming happy. I should be happy, I should be congratulating them. But inside me, something dark was brewing. And then, time flew by in an instant. Today is the long-awaited wedding day. We chose a small local church as the venue. It's somewhat modest, but we wanted to save as much money as possible for the children we hope to have one day. After getting dressed in my wedding gown, I'm spending a calm moment in the dressing room. But that peace was shattered in an instant. Bang. The door bursts open. I'm here. Congrats, big sis. Startled, I turned to see my sister. But an even more shocking sight awaited me. Hi Hannah, that outfit. What? What's up? I swallowed hard and then said. You shouldn't wear white to a wedding. Yes, my sister was wearing a pure white dress. Hannah apologized in an exaggerated manner. Sorry. I tried to avoid it, but I just fell in love with this dress, and besides. Hannah smirked. It suits me, doesn't it? This dress. My sister posed proudly, tilting her head as if to look down on me. Then she looked me over as if evaluating me. Is that handmade? It looks more like a dress than a gown. It doesn't have the usual fluffy dress shape. Yes. I like this designer who made it especially for me. It's embroidered with my favorite flowers. Hannah smiled with just her lips. Wow, that's nice for you. Embroidery gives off an old lady vibe, but it really suits you, so I guess it's fine? Thank you. I forced a smile. Hey, it's time. Alex came into the dressing room and spoke brusquely. You look beautiful. Not a single word of that was given. I let out a deep sigh. The ceremony went smoothly, and the reception began. Now, we'll have a speech from a family member. Hannah stepped up to the microphone. Instantly, the men in the venue started murmuring. Beautiful. Gorgeous. I wish I could marry someone like her. Their gazes went beyond the dress, entangling with her beauty and figure. Nice to meet you. I'm Hannah, her sister. Today, there are a few empty seats, but thank you all for coming. The reception had a 30% absence rate. We had prepared seats for Hannah's friends, but none of them showed up. As you can see, my sister doesn't have friends, only about 8 in total. She always spends her holidays cooped up, eating snacks and tapping on her cell phone. Isn't that pitiful? There were snickers throughout the venue. I felt the blood drain from my face. Hannah, what are you saying? It's a wedding. A reception. But I love my sister just the way she is. Alex, please make my sister happy. My sister displayed a smile like that of an angel. A round of applause erupted. I didn't even want to think about who it was for. After the reception, I called my sister to the dressing room. Why did you say that, Hannah? The empty seats were for your friends, right? You made it seem like it was my fault. I pleaded desperately, but my sister, with a troubled smile, patted my head. Don't be mad. If you worry about such things, life will be hard, won't it? My friends also said it was a nice ceremony. The two of them were nonchalant. Why? How could you? As I panicked, they laughed at me as if mocking. I was paralyzed by this incomprehensible reality. Soon after, my in-laws arrived. They consoled me and scolded Alex and my sister. We're truly sorry for our son's behavior. They apologized like that. I felt a bit relieved, but suspicion towards the two of them began to emerge within me. Little by little, but surely, a sense of discomfort was accumulating. 10 months have passed since then. Me, Alex, and my in-laws were heading somewhere by car. Alex, driving, was in high spirits. Man, I'm really looking forward to this. You feel the same, right, Natalie? I remained silent, looking down. We arrived at my sister's house. Alex and my in-laws were excited, surrounding the living room sofa. She's so cute. Glad she was born healthy. At the center was my sister. And her baby. Upon seeing me, my sister, holding the baby, ran over. Look, sis. Isn't she adorable? She looks just like me. My sister was radiating happiness. However, her eyes were wide open, enjoying my reaction with a twisted smile. Congratulations. I muttered softly, looking down. Wow, she's so cute. Can I hold her? Of course. Alex's eyes sparkled as he held the baby. Babies are this cute. Look, Natalie, this is a symbol of happiness. Yeah. What's wrong? Jealous of Hannah? That's why you're not getting pregnant. Alex, as if to flaunt the baby, held her and smirked at me. I want a child of my own too. At that moment, something snapped inside my head. What? What are you talking about? Isn't she right here? What? Alex's mouth fell open in shock. What? The in-laws were wide-eyed and frozen. Pointing at the baby in Alex's arms, I made sure everyone could hear each word clearly. She's right there. Your child. The lovely baby of you and Hannah. In that moment, the atmosphere turned ice cold. Alex's face turned pale, and Hannah's face contorted. I took out a photo from my bag and scattered it across the floor. The photo clearly showed Alex and my sister heading to a hotel together. I know everything. That Alex and Hannah were having an affair. As I declared this, my sister burst out laughing dismissively. Stop it, this must be some kind of Photoshop, right? Don't be ridiculous. The ridiculous one is you, Hannah. I suspected you two were up to something, so I installed surveillance cameras in the house. And then, when I wasn't around, the two of you. I pulled out my phone and started playing a video. The living room displayed Hannah and Alex's affair. Hannah's face turned beet red in no time. What is this? Stop it. Stop it now. Hannah attacked me like a mad woman. After snatching the phone from me, she threw it against the wall with all her might and stomped on it over and over again. The phone screen shattered dramatically, making a strange noise. I watched my sister with a cold gaze. It's useless, Hannah. As my sister was tearing up the photos, she looked up at my words. Useless? What do you mean? Then, a furious shout filled the room. Alex. The father-in-law had grabbed Alex by the collar. Did you betray Natalie? With her own sister, no less. You monster. You even had a child. How are you going to take responsibility, you foolish son? The mother-in-law was in tears. Alex, condemned by his parents, trembled. Wait. We don't even know if the child is mine and Hannah's. Natalie is just trying to make me look bad by saying whatever she wants. DNA test. What? I said loudly. A DNA test will reveal whose child it is. Why don't you go to the hospital and have it done? But... Alex stammered but, still not giving up, pleaded with his parents. Look, Natalie can't get pregnant at all. A woman who can't bear children isn't fit to be a wife, right? Are you out of your mind? A man who commits adultery is the one who's unfit to be a husband. But that's... Alex averted his gaze. Seeing this, the in-laws sighed deeply and looked away. You have something to say too. Why did you do such a thing? Betraying your family is a grave sin. Hannah's shoulders jolted. It's not my fault. The bad one is you, Natalie. Hannah gritted her teeth, glaring at me with a face like a demon. It's because you stole the person I had my first love with. What? I had no recollection of such a thing. After our parents left us, I always acted strong. But you were always so whiny. It was so annoying. And yet, the person I had my first love with rejected me because he liked you. He felt sorry for you. At that moment, I swore. If you wanted to be pitted so badly, I'd make you truly pitiful. First, I decided to make you feel lonely. I kept telling you our parents are gone. It must be lonely. Then, you grew up to be a gloomy kid without any friends. Poor thing. Next, I wanted you to feel inferior. I am amazing. You are not. That was my goal. So, giving me brand name items and bragging about her many friends were all to make me feel inferior. And probably, stealing Alex too. Now you understand, right? You are beneath me. Betrayed by your husband, hated by your sister, you are the most pitiful woman in the world. Hannah laughed triumphantly. But I felt no emotion. I'm pitiful? I see, that's what you thinks. Got it. She must have expected me to lose my composure. Hannah stood frozen with a puzzled look. But I don't care about that anymore. Now I just hate you. I loved you so much, and to think you've been manipulating me like this for so long. It's terrible. Too terrible. So, I'll return everything you did to me. I mimicked my sister's laugh. Then Hannah recoiled as if she'd seen a monster. Was my face that scary? Both of you just wait and see. I left the house alone. Months have passed since then. We decided to divorce and Alex left. Needless to say, he was probably heading to my sister's house. Today, I was at a wedding. It was cold, so I wore a thick, long cardigan over my dress, making sure the dress underneath couldn't be seen at all. The church for the ceremony was spacious, with over 100 attendees. There were so many people that I couldn't even get a clear view of the bride and groom. The same must have been true for them. The bride and groom made their entrance, and applause filled the air. The priest began the vows. Do you, Alex, take Hannah as your wife, to have and to hold, in good times and in bad, in wealth and in poverty, in sickness and in health. Today was Hannah and Alex's wedding. I found out about my sister's wedding a month after that showdown. Hannah had announced her shotgun wedding with Alex on social media. That post also mentioned the wedding. They had prepared quite early. Probably, they had been planning it even before my own wedding. That's why my sister didn't invite her friends to my wedding. I didn't create invitations for my sister's friends. Hannah said she'd make a group chat and confirm the participants herself. She wanted to reduce my burden during the busy wedding preparations. I thought it was a considerate gesture from her. But thinking about it now, she probably never made that group chat. Yet she lied about everyone attending. No one was invited to the ceremony. That's why no one came. Such a simple answer. Thinking back, it seems Alex had only invited acquaintances with whom he had a shallow relationship. Before and after our marriage, I was never introduced to Alex's close friends. Whether Alex had been connected with my sister before marrying me or it was just bad timing, the reason will forever remain a mystery. But one thing is for sure. They wanted this to be their first wedding ceremony. They probably wanted to erase all my time with him. How can I accept that? What was all the time I loved Alex and spent for him then? Destroying one person's life to find happiness for themselves is unforgivable. I reaffirmed my determination for revenge. As the wedding ceremony concluded, the reception began. Perhaps due to the large number of people, it was a buffet-style party, and the venue was bustling. I kept to the shadows. Now, we will present a congratulatory movie. Since the groom's parents couldn't attend today, they've sent us a special video. Please watch. The staff announced proudly. What, Hannah and Alex were taken aback by this. The venue's screen lit up, showing the in-laws. They were smiling, but their eyes had the sharpness of hunters spotting their prey. It's finally starting. I smirked as I watched the screen. Congratulations on your marriage, Alex and Hannah. Congratulations. In the video, the two of them exchanged smiles. Thank you for coming today, everyone. As a token of our gratitude, we'd like to give you a gift. Excited murmurs rose from the crowd. What is it? A present? The mother-in-law interrupted. It's a gift of words. Now, it's your turn, Dad. Leave it to me. The mother-in-law's previously relaxed expression tightened, turning devilish. See the bride there? She's Alex's mistress. And that mistress is his wife's own sister. Do you understand what we're saying? The people standing there aren't a fresh couple. They're adulterers. We will never acknowledge this marriage between these two. And we will sever all ties with them from now on. Stop the video. Alex's scream echoed as the video abruptly cut off. But it was already too late. The attendees were speechless from the shocking revelation. Alex stood up and shouted. Everyone. That was just a joke by my parents. It was a bit too provocative, right? The crowd began to murmur. Is that so? That was. Just as Hannah began to make her excuses on the microphone. I snatched the microphone from her. It's true. With just that one word, I made my statement. Then, I took off the cardigan I was wearing. Beneath it was a white dress. A year ago, I wore this dress when I married Alex. You remember, don't you, Alex? As I looked at Alex, his face turned deathly pale, and he was frozen. I took the opportunity to pull out something from an envelope I had and scattered it around the venue. It was a photo of Hannah and Alex's affair. And photos from my wedding with Alex. The copied photos were enough to be distributed among all the guests. Looking over the chaotic venue, I took a deep breath. I did it, I really did it. After everything was done, I collapsed on the spot, half in a daze. Suddenly, someone grabbed me by the collar. Looking up, I saw Hannah, her eyes wide open as if they were about to pop out, staring at me. Why are you here? You weren't invited. I didn't tell you the place or the time. I burst out laughing at Hannah's panic. What are you talking about, Hannah? You did tell me, on social media. Hinting, right? I caught on immediately. Hannah's wedding announcement had, considerately enough, included the date of the wedding. With each update on social media, she detailed the ambience of the venue and the meticulous care she took in choosing it. It was probably meant to spite me. I'm going to have such a wonderful wedding. Not like yours. But that became a clue for me. It was easy to find on the internet. Social media can be scary, right? But why were you allowed in the venue? Your name wasn't on the guest list. I sighed and gave the obvious answer. Because I'm the bride's sister. The receptionist was one of your friends, right? She knew my face, so she let me in. They wouldn't kick out the bride's sister just because she wasn't on the guest list, right? You mean, you brought that video too? You brought it in secret, saying it was a surprise? We didn't invite those two. That's right. Your parents-in-law sided with me. They came to my house to apologize, saying they couldn't stand to see Alex and you happy. So, we all planned today's event together. I pointed around the venue and laughed. Look, everyone's leaving. Watching the guests leave, Hannah's face turned pale. Wait, everyone. Her friends turned back to her all at once. Oh, Hannah. Why are you leaving? Those photos. The photos might be fake. But we don't want to associate with someone who might have committed adultery. Being with you would lower our own value. Value? But we're friends, right? It's rich hearing that from you, after all the brand name gifts you've used to lure us in. Well, we were also friends with you for that reason. That's why we helped you, right? Taking group photos to show off to someone. This can't be happening. Let me tell you one last thing. You've always seen us as just numbers, right? The more, the better. You don't care about each of us individually. It must have hit the mark. Hannah bit her lip hard. Goodbye, Hannah. Her friends left. In the now silent and deserted venue, there sat Hannah on the floor, Alex holding his head in his hands, and me, strangely calm. Well then, Hannah, see you around. I left the venue. A few days after Hannah's wedding, I was relaxing at home. However, I knew that this tranquility was only temporary. The doorbell rang. I checked the peephole and opened the door. Natalie. Alex lunged at me. How dare you pull such a ridiculous stunt? You ruined our happiness. Unbelievable, you wicked woman. Hannah appeared behind Alex and pushed me. I hit the wall and slumped to the floor. But that didn't matter to me. I murmured in a cold voice. You two never learn. But it's good you came to me, I murmured coolly. What? Hannah crossed her arms and looked down at me. Alex, check your email. There's important information in there. What? I had sent an email just before opening the door. I made sure to attach photos and videos. Photos and videos? You're doing that again. Alex picked up his cell phone with a look of annoyance. His face gradually turned red with anger. He swung around, thrusting the screen at Hannah. Hannah. Who's this old guy? The photos showed Hannah in flashy, revealing clothes, holding hands with several older men. The video captured her entering and exiting hotels with them and receiving money. Sugar dating, right, Hannah? I stated flatly. Hannah, you're always buying brand name items. Probably to show off to me. But that's impossible on a regular salary. So, I did some digging. It was kind of fun, like being a detective. Natalie. Hannah's breathing grew ragged. I turned to Alex, who was looking dejected. Hey, Alex. Did you get the DNA test done? What? Didn't I say? A DNA test would prove if the child is really you and Hannah's. There's no need for that. Because... Alex gasped. He probably realized the horrifying possibility. Alex. I spoke clearly and concisely. Whose child do you think it is? At that moment, Alex pulled Hannah's hand towards him. Looking her straight in the eye, he whispered. Hannah, did you betray me? After all you've led me to believe, even about the child. What are you talking about? That child is yours. Are you doubting me? Of course, I am. How can I trust a woman who secretly does sugar dating? You trust Natalie over me? So, you'll agree to a DNA test, right? We're going to the hospital tomorrow, okay? Alex clung to Hannah's hand, desperately wanting to believe her. That is, well. Hannah mumbled her words. This reaction was clear evidence. Alex raked his fingers through his hair in frustration. Damn it. I thought having a beautiful wife would be something to brag about, but look at this mess. You sisters have completely ruined my life. Stomping his feet, Alex lashed out at the furniture and stormed out of the house. Hannah, who tried to stop him, seemed to be pushed aside and sat slumped on the floor. Hannah. Looking down at her, I decided to provoke her further. So, how do you feel now? Hannah twitched in response. Once the test results are out, Alex will leave you. And you've lost all your friends too. Hannah glared at me fiercely. I have friends. Not everyone has left me. Then, what messages did you receive? What? Hannah let out a bewildered cry. She probably hadn't expected such a question. Right after the ceremony. Did anyone show concern? Ask about the situation? Offer you comfort? Hannah uncomfortably averted her gaze from me. I received messages, you know. Even when you tried to disgrace me with that bizarre speech, and when I divorced Alex. Sure, I only have 8 friends. But every one of them worried and consoled me. Despite having many more friends, no one worried about you, did they? I could hear Hannah grinding her teeth. Abandoned by the man you stole from me, and now friendless. Hannah, that's truly pitiable. I meant every word. Hannah suddenly raised her head and yelled. Pitiable? Me? What are you talking about? That's just your perspective. I'm not pitiable. I'm beautiful, have a great figure. And am valued enough to be spoiled by men. The pitiable one is you, with nothing to boast about. I felt no emotion towards Hannah's outburst and quickly replied. That's right. Then let me say this too. Hannah, you are not above me. Not in the past, not now, and not in the future. What? I often praised you, right? Saying you're amazing for having so many brand name items, for having so many friends. That's what you wanted, right? For me to admit that you were superior. That's right. So what? You know, I've never once thought you were amazing in my life. What? I glanced at Hannah's bag tossed aside on the floor. I'm not at all interested in brand name items. And I don't care about having a few friends. I've never aspired to be someone with many friends. That's the kind of values I hold. So, Hannah, you were never actually able to get one over on me. What? No way. You were always saying how envious you were of me, how amazing I was. I said those things to make you happy because we're family. When someone's bragging with a smile, I wouldn't just dismiss it. In a word, I was flattering you. You took it seriously. What? Because I loved you, Hannah. We were the only family we had, and I didn't want to lose you, so I was considerate. Hannah screamed with a trembling voice. Don't lie. You were troubled because you couldn't have children. I don't care about that anymore. I answered with a sigh. In my life with Alex, I convinced myself that I had to have children. But life isn't that simple. There are many different people and many different ways to live. I won't suffer by obsessing over having children anymore. So, what I did was... Hannah began to tremble violently. I dragged the now immobile Hannah outside the house. Goodbye, Hannah. I closed the door with a bang. After that, Hannah and Alex got divorced. The DNA test results showed that the child wasn't Alex's. The news of Hannah and Alex's affair spread quickly. It was inevitable since they had invited 100 people to their wedding. Alex and Hannah were fired from their jobs and struggled to find new employment, living a difficult life with day-to-day jobs. I moved away from my hometown to start a new life. In this place, without Hannah and Alex, I plan to forget everything and start over. Today, I'm going to visit a friend's house. Apparently, they've had a baby. I ring the bell, holding a baby gift in my hand. My friend opens the door with the happiest smile. Congratulations! I sincerely offered my congratulations.